be watching it from Funimation's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1-0, go. Aniplex. I always love like the little color design for the logo, and Funimation's logo with like the sunshine colors of purple, yellow, and the shuriken too. Pretty boy. Actually, I like seeing her interest in Pretty Boys right there. It's actually pretty damn adorable right there. But hey, it's better she push her limits now than in a combat scenario. He's actually got a point. Yeah, I mean, as long as she doesn't, she wants to do it, then it's fine. And plus, they're not going to have the luxury of rest if they do get attacked by the opposition. I mean, they'd be kind of screwed without Shui B though. Although, would it be able to handle that extra bit of responsibility though? He'll probably say yes. He doesn't understand what it even means. Damn. I mean, it doesn't feel like it'd be something that hard for someone as smart as Shui B, though, considering that he's got access to the main computers. And wouldn't be surprised that there's some kind of, like, security system, too, that can just point out the locations instantaneously, too, to go along with it. As for the opening itself, it doesn't seem like that dark of an opening, though. At least at the moment, it doesn't feel like the series is going to take the super dark route. At least not yet. But then again, I have been wrong before in these type of animes where I was like, oh yeah, this anime will be completely lighthearted. And then the series ends up completely surprising me. It does make you feel bad a little bit for Ren, though. But I wonder if that implies that she's going to be falling into like a cycle of hatred that she's not going to be able to control. Because, I don't know, that's what I feel the opening might be trying to symbolically imply. And going with the way the Emperor is smiling, like the cocky son of a bitch he is, I would not be shocked if he has a Brehart too. Brehart. No, he has to have one, considering that he's got access to all these bind wrappers. Are Pretty Boy Farms a thing? I'm going to assume that Pretty Boy Farms aren't a thing. There's going to be some kind of twist. That's unsavory. Oh. Ah, that's actually pretty damn cool. I like how Bit's trying to pretend as if he knows what's actually. I love how he's not even noticing how he's being used as a puppet either. It's only fair too. And I don't blame Ashley for Elsha for trying to push herself because She hasn't really done much, so I don't blame her for trying to make up the difference. At least when it comes to a combat standpoint. Obviously, Ursula has had a bit of her feats here and there in the series. But when it comes to like her stuff and say utilizing a bride, that's where it's kind of limited for her. At least for now. And finally, should we finally found a little, at least a kindred spirit here on the ship? Oh, why? Okay, that makes sense because, and in this series, in this context, increasing his convention actually is reasonable because that means when he's in the Brehite, he'll be a lot more stronger too. It's not like she did it on purpose though. Unless Ren made her decision herself though. Oh. Oh, this motherfucker! And we know he definitely has a thing against Kai. The question is, how is she planning on doing that? The fuck? Let's hope she makes those 3 days count then. At least it's better than her not being able to do nothing. And it actually puts Ren in a good spot because we haven't really seen her do much of anything herself. Oh. Actually, damn! I actually like how the series is having like a pretty engaging political system right here. Characters with like multiple interests. I wonder how long the series is going to be because I feel like a single core isn't going to be enough for Backer. I hope it's 2 cores. Because if it only ends up having a core, I have a feeling like it's going to end like a clusterfuck. If it's 2 cores, then I'll have enough time. And it's better than operating off of absolutely nothing. I think it's a pretty overly ambitious desire from Shui B, though. It's rare to be seen, and Backer will be stressed out like that, though. Normally, he's a relatively go happy about everything, but you know what? I kind of do like that. He's becoming more mature now. Hmm. Oh. It could also be a third party too that could potentially become an ally. The thing is, that thing might actually have the conviction to stop it. Alright, good. At the very least, it prevented the disaster from occurring. Oh, that was pretty clutch. Woo! Quite interesting character design there. Yeah, he actually does look like at least around the age of Bit, if I'm going by comparisons. I just hope for the rest of the Pretty Boy farm isn't some kind of like slave camp that uses young labor from the Pretty Boys in order to survive. Okay, Bit. He definitely falls a bit too easily when people kiss his ass. I mean, it's fucking adorable though. Oh man. I just hope they have enough resources to share though. I don't know, that doesn't feel natural to Sparkles. Maybe there's been experimented on, maybe to be more compatible with Vine Wrappers. Aww. Okay, that's messed up. What type of person would the conscious would be willing to utilize people like livestock just to benefit themselves? Aww. Oh. What the? Oh no. Okay, it's just rough seeing these boys suffer. Damn, what the fuck? Wow, I'm not gonna blame for this store and everything. Yeah, fuck those people. Well, I didn't think this was gonna get dark like a days. Damn. Okay, I'm calling me surprised right there. Yeah, I mean, they both are pretty fucked up in their own way, Lutzel and Rekka. Well, yeah, it's better you tell the truth than be a liar. Yeah, but it's better than the current existence right now. If they stay there, the status quo is gonna stay the chain. It's gonna stay the same. I could see why Elsha and Natalie would feel sympathetic, though, considering that their village was attacked not too long ago. The irony of the adults acting like absolute gritty children, wanting to take everything from the weak without even putting into consideration of other people's serious feelings. The irony right there. Well, yeah. Who knows? I mean, if this works, Batgirl can gain a lot of new allies. It could actually end up benefiting them in the long run. Wait, talk about going down like a bitch if it only takes one punch. Yo, so down for one punch and would be proud with that type of efficiency. Oh. Wait, so there's someone even stronger than Kai? Okay. Okay, no, there's no way this series can be a single core. Like, there's too much buildup. I mean, we got someone stronger than, seemingly stronger than Kai. You've got all these political elements, all this world building. Yeah, there's no way this series is going to be in here for the short term. Aww. I don't think he'd be willing to do that though, because even though outstanding as it is, I mean, I'm assuming that's going to be the case. Aww. But that's not cowardly though. I mean, he tried to fight. I mean, I think he's got his own bit of braveness. It's just that he ain't realizing it himself. Hmm. Talk about being caught with your hand in the cookie jar right now. Huh? I think everyone's just trying to do this to get the opposition to let their guard down. Yeah, there's no way everyone's gonna be talking like this. I gotta admit, those are some like. That is a. Yo, we even got outlet full. Dude, I'm talking about the lack of faith in Bit. No, no, they're not gonna betray the kids. I ain't believing this. It's a back arrow. Oh shit. And who knows? Maybe back arrow's doing this in order for at least some of the kids to be able to fend for themselves too. That's gonna be my guess. In order for him to get a bit more braver, because that's something they kind of emphasized in the earlier scene. Yep, I had a feeling that was it. He was doing it in order to motivate them to actually. Hey, you know what? I actually like that bit of character development for Batgirl. Being able to put on an act. to in order to like lift someone's self-esteem up like that. That is absolutely brilliant right there. Talk about some master acting skills. Straight up. Get wrecked, bitch! It was nice to see both Back Arrow and Shurabi just play up these little jumps up as if they were freaking children. With, of course, the Luto punks being children and Shurabi and Back Arrow being the chess masters. Cute little bit. Didn't even notice he was being used as a punching bag. Hey, it's for the best. But eventually there'll come a day where they can't rely on the elders someday. I mean, oh damn. Let's hope he continues being interested in Back Arrow and the others then. Okay, that's kind of scaring me a little bit. I wonder if that is implying that Back Arrow would be willing to sacrifice someone to actually go beyond the walls. Oh, that's actually pretty damn cute. It looks like we're seeing some character development for Shuibi, surprisingly. Am I noticing some growth? Because it feels like he actually appreciated the fact that Back Arrow actually helped out those kids with that little smile. No, yeah, that's definitely growth. Because the old Shuibi wouldn't be that. At least he wouldn't be exuding that much charisma in this amount of time. I gotta say, that's substantial. And for that, this episode, it actually goes up at least a few ranks for me. Now, if I were to rate this episode overall, I'm definitely rating it an 8.75 out of 10 because, for one, this series goes darker. Aside from Reika being unethical in regards to utilizing slaves, we see how Luto is, well, at least somebody to tie her up to such sacks of shit they utilize experimentation on children. And I kind of like that. It makes the world of Back Arrow feel a lot more gritty. And actually, it's limited for 24 episodes. That's actually enough time for it to cover its subject matter, actually. That's pretty reassuring. And then aside from that, something else that I also really liked about this episode too, that it went into its favor. Oh. Alright, that chick looks pretty damn badass. Oh, that uniform looks pretty unique. I wonder if it's a lady that could be maybe beyond the walls? I have no idea. I haven't seen ahead in the series yet. But something else that I also liked about this series too specifically, I like the fact that for this one, from a story standpoint, you're actually getting to see Elsha actually moved up into a leadership position. You're seeing Bit act as an admiral at the very least, even though, yes, he's only an admiral in title. I still think that counts for a significant amount because, and that occurring at the very least, there's more responsibilities being put into his figurative play. So he's playing a much more bigger role and making some of the tougher choices. And that's what I also love about this specific episode. Then I do love how they mention the fact that when it comes to Back Arrow, I love how it shows you how he can actually fool someone because when he was all like saying straight up that he was all doing it in order to motivate the kids up, that was a pretty damn cool flex. And I'm like, okay, and this is the type of backer I like to see, the shifty type that's willing to do almost anything to achieve his goals. I like that. And on top of that, I like how this episode also showed off a bit of the Luto country too, because they've only been focusing on Rekka lately. Because it makes the series fleshed out if you see people from like a variety of different backgrounds regarding the countries they actually hail from. That's why I felt the writing, at least from a story standpoint, was great. Aside from like the really good comedy and the nice comedic sequences. Now, aside from that, something else that I also really loved about this episode too. I loved it from a character standpoint because for one, I do love how at the very least, Shribi, you can see Backer was drawing on him because he was actually happy that they helped out the kids. Because even like I guess earlier, he didn't seem to have much sympathy for the kids that were experimented on. You did see him smile genuinely though, when you saw Backer happy that he successfully helped the children out in getting some freedom. So that was badass. And I even love how this episode sets up Ren for bigger opportunities when we find out that she's going to do some own investigating so that they can find out that Shiobi was just trying to frame him. That was also nice too. Because out of all the characters, Ren really needs to accomplish something. The characters that really need to accomplish something are Bit and Ren. Because honestly, Kai's accomplished a lot, Shuibi's accomplished a lot, Bakera's accomplished a lot. But she's like the only chick where I feel like, yeah, if she needs to be taken a bit more seriously, and for that to happen, she needs to actually affect the plot first. And yeah, that's why I thought this episode had either a lot of setup and a lot of character development. Hell, I even love how, aside from Elsha being promoted, I like the fact that this episode's also showing how much she wants to push herself to the limits too. I think that's actually pretty awe-inspiring. And that's why I really appreciated the writing in this specific episode. Now, aside from like the script, actually feeling good about this specific, well, at least for me, I feel good about the script in this specific episode. Something else that I appreciate was the animation quality. It's still consistently great, especially when it got to like the darker sequences and you saw the boys being tormented. I was like, damn. That made my stomach feel bad in a good way. And of course, the vocal performance is great, especially when the kids were screaming. I'm like, yo, those legitimately sounded like kids being tormented. And that's why I feel this episode is worthy of an 8.75 out of 10. I just thought it did a lot of things right. It brought multiple things to the table. And it successfully pumped me up for the next episode. But, anyways, y'all. These are my thoughts on the episode. I would love to hear your thoughts on how you feel about either the episode or my reaction in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more, because I'm definitely going to be reacting to the next episode. But, anyways, y'all, thank y'all so much for watching my reaction, and I hope y'all have a fun, great, safe, and fantastic day, because I am most definitely am going to be reacting to the next episode. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.